Hi folks, welcome back. I'm Ant, and we're playing Life is Strange 2. In theory, for the last time. Well, maybe not for the last time, but this will be the last time playing, kind of finishing off episode 5 of Life is Strange 2. Started on it yesterday, and got, I imagine, about halfway through it, about an hour and a half through it. But couldn't wait to play the last part of it and find out what happens in the end. So we're doing more of it tonight. I'm just going to get stuck in. We ended with Sean and Daniel and Karen, their mother, all releasing what are they called? Chinese lanterns into the air over what I assume is the Grand Canyon. But she just made them aware that the police are kind of hot on their trail and getting pretty close to Away, the little commune. It's Away mentioned there, little commune that they're staying in, and kind of kicking back and hiding and relaxing in. So, yeah, going to crack on. So we are, I presume, in the next morning. Let's go continue, and this should drop us, say, the next morning after the three of them have been up in the canyon. In theory. Bit of loading time here. I'm just loading the entire environment again. What was I say? Police. Something family. I missed that.
Are you guys all set up to leave?
No.
Yeah, not really, I imagine.
Such we have to leave again. I think I'm kind of scared.
Oh, honey.
We'll see what Karen thinks.
What are you gonna do now? Take off and hide?
Not this time. I can't just run from this forever. So I'll do what I have to help you. It won't be easy crossing that border. So I'm gonna give you a head start on the police.
Wait, how?
What's your plan?
The cops are after me too, for what happened in Nevada. So they can catch me instead of you. Fair trade.
Mom, we'll go to jail for helping us.
It's not about me right now. We need to get your asses to Puerto Lobos.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So much, Karen.
I knew what I was doing when I came to Haven Point looking for your brother. I felt it was the right thing to do. And I feel the same today. I tried to live by my own rules, no matter what. I don't expect you boys to be like me. But try to stay true to yourselves. This is your life. Don't let anybody get in the way.
I'm not sure that's really the case, that Dad didn't raise them that way. I mean, obviously he didn't raise them in such a way that he knew what was going to happen, but also I feel like I don't know, they've grown up quickly. You may not have raised them that way, but I think they've changed, so we'll go with that.
Fuck the rules. We'll do whatever we can to survive. That's fair.
Yes, it is. You took care of Daniel all the way from Seattle to Arizona. Nobody could ask for a better brother. Or son. Okay. This is the last roundup.
Wait, let me say bye to Joanne.
All right. I'm gonna go do one last checkup on the truck before you hit it. And don't forget what we talked about. It's your life, Sean. You should go see David. He has something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see David. We learned last time that David is David Madsen, the stepdad of Chloe from the first Life is Strange games. Oh, we've got our money back in the corner as well. Let's look at that newspaper first.
Look at that.
Oh, seek family after Nevada fire.
Don't ever leave us alone.
Searching for a woman and her 2 teenage sons after a suspicious fire. Daniel's not a teenager. Suspicious fire destroyed a church in Haven Point. Yeah, let's write to her. We're going with Mom. I have no problem with Karen myself. I know that canonically she left and Sean was mad at her, but after I think the last couple of episodes, what she's done deserves a proper
Hey,
mom.
Mom. I know you're better with words than me, but still, here it goes.
Yeah, we'll go with the empathy as well.
It took me some time, but I think I get why you are who you are. Maybe we're not that different.
And we'll go with that as well. Let's not
Please
be
don't
a
give up
downer.
on your freedom. Okay? It's the best thing you've taught us. We'll reach you once we find our own freedom. Thank you so much. Love. Sean.
Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. Leave as is, I think. Who would not leave a letter? That's interesting. That's a decision in my favour, I guess, rather than mine and Daniel's. And
Is that the same person who wrote her back at Beaver?
okay, we've already seen all these. Let's go and speak to David, because this is. Oh, hang on, didn't see that last
Still
time.
can't believe she's kept.
Oh yeah, we did. That was on the table outside before. Okay, so yeah, let's go speak to David because I'm incredibly intrigued by what he has to say.
Should go see what David wants now.
Exactly.
Karen practices what she preaches. She barters with her food, not money.
I'm just going to have one walk around the outside of the trailer first. Yeah, let's just do that to get rid of the prompt. Check on David. Okay, fine.
This place has too many adults.
Supposedly fun thing I'll never do again. We saw that last time, didn't we? Anything on the desk here? A map.
David always wants to help, but he's tough to figure out.
Tell me about it.
Sean.
Hey, Aaron said you wanted to see me?
Yeah, but go grab that police scanner inside first.
Oh, we're getting to
Put
poke
these
around
new
his
plates on the car.
Sure. I'm on it.
getting to
I'll join
poke
you when
around
I'm
his trailer. It's perfect. This is the opportunity I wanted. Okay, right. So before we go to the police scanner,
Arthur said David could fix anything. He hopes.
Polaroids. Hang on.
Yep. David is ready for that apocalypse. Or whatever. Cool portraits. Didn't think David had a taste for the arts.
Okay, so these are from the camp.
They look cool. I
That-
wonder which one is his daughter.
That is Chloe and Max. And they're obviously, I mean, I guess they're at the camp because we've got a desert camp scenery in the background. I mean, I'm guessing as well this would change somewhat if I hadn't saved Chloe at the end of Life is Strange. Gone for a different colour hair as well. Gone green. And Max is certainly looking a bit more grown up as well. I'm just trying to remember what year the first Life is Strange was set and how much older these two would be. We go in here, we can. Little mandolin.
It would be weird to be back on the road with Daniel. After all this time in a community.
Was that picture of David hung up in their house at some point as well? I can't remember that.
Yeah. Me and David won't be sharing any playlist.
Menu.
That
Oh,
must have
two
been the
whales.
best meal ever. To frame it on the wall.
Oh, and here's family portrait.
Must be his wife. Time's taking a serious toll on him since this. Poor guy.
I definitely remember this photo being in Life is Strange. Or, yeah, it would have been Life is Strange rather than Before the Storm because Chloe's hair wasn't blue in Before the Storm. Right, well, I saw the box as well. Maybe there's more
As
things
if
in
money
there.
could make up for everything he's lost.
Most recent deposit statement from the City of Arcadia Bay as per your negotiated settlement of damages. Please ensure the amount is accurate and the bank expresses the alleged deposit. Doesn't say how much he got, but yeah, not entirely worth what happened. And, you know, oh, hang on, more. AB. What's AB?
Damn. I see why David ended up out here.
V Chase. I
He still was a hero.
immediately notice. Dear Mr. Madsen, sorry this is so late, but I put the wrong PO box address on the envelope and the letter was returned. Hope this one finds you. I'm glad you left Arcadia Bay, or what's left of it. I'm now going to therapy, which helps, but I still get nightmares. I hope that Max and Chloe are keeping you company. They're a good team. I'm still in Seattle, looking over my parents' gallery. Their partner Jessica is great. She's taking care of everything. This will be a mess, but I will be okay. It's hard to get over the fact that, in a way, I owe my life to Mark Jefferson throwing me in his fucking bunker. I get flashes of his creep face all the time, but then I see yours coming to rescue me. I'll probably be thanking you for the rest of my life for that. That's interesting. I mean, it's interesting this is from Victoria because I thought that actually this bit is the bit they can't determine from what I suggested at the start of the game, because the game only asks you to pick whether you saved Chloe or the town. But there's another decision in Life is Strange which changes what happens to Victoria, I think. And basically, if as Max you are kind of mean to her about the paint spillage and those sort of things, she refuses to believe you when you tell her that Nathan and Jefferson are dangerous, or that Nathan is dangerous. Sorry, you don't know about Jefferson at this point. And because she refuses to believe you, she doesn't go and seek out Nathan and doesn't get trapped by Jefferson and doesn't get put in the dark room, or at least not at the same time. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but I think if Victoria believes you, then she does, and she gets captured, and she ends up in the dark room next to Max. And I'm sure Jefferson at some point says that he's killed her or something like that. And now I'm kind of confused about what might have happened there. But basically, in this timeline, she ended up in the basement anyway, but obviously survived, which is interesting. Probably thank you for the rest of my life for that. Please keep in touch at this address for a while and let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Thanks again for your service. Best wishes, V Chase. It's kind of nice as well that Victoria has redeemed herself somewhat. Like, again, you find out at the end of Life is Strange that she's a better person than she kind of makes out from being mean to Max, and she regrets that she was mean to Kate, and that Kate tried to kill herself and all that sort of stuff. And she slowly kind of redeems herself. But obviously, it's interesting that they've kept in touch. Max and Chloe are still out there and alive somewhere, which is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, so much has happened, hasn't it? Right, okay. I think the only thing we can do now in here is the police scanner.
Wonder where David got this police scanner.
Use.
Okay. How does this thing work?
There we go.
Okay. Only gotta search between 140 and 160.
Let's go down first. This could take a while. Oh.
Nope. Definitely not.
Oh. This is something, but it's presumably not what we want.
Please don't let the cops come looking for us out here. Don't think so. Keep scanning.
And here you go. Another hit from the backwoods on Duck.
Nah, nothing there.
You up all day long.
Do we get to listen to the music?
American rock and roll.
We do. Okay, never mind. Let's keep going. This could take a while otherwise.
136. Listening. We've got reports of a 10
Wait, is this it?
Sam's?
Now we can spy on the cops all the way to Mexico. Thanks, David. You big rebel.
Did we take a note of what that was? There's a police scanner somewhere down here. Is it in our pack somewhere? Oh, these are all the letters we've just looked at, I think. Oh, these are the ones we've taken. Obviously, we've not taken the ones that David has. What other stuff? What was that? Oh, that was from Sarah Lee. Okay. Back. Baseball. More pages in the diary. Treasure hunts. And that's the Chinese lantern thing. What else have we got here? Kind of missing some. Oh, we'd never had waffles in the end. We didn't have those waffles. Damn it. Okay. Well, there's a couple more things anyway to find before the end of the episode. Do we get to talk to David about Chloe and Max then? Or Joyce?
And your mom's car is all ready to roll. Did you get the police scanner?
Yep. And I found the police frequency.
How about that? Good job. Now, you'll always want to know what they're up to. No surprises on your way to the border. Alright, this is the fastest route. When you get there, cross between these two stations. Now, you have to exit the main road and drive through the desert for a while. But Karen's car should be okay. You got all that?
Sure. Think so.
Sean, you have to know. The police are on your ass. You only get one chance here. I'm not trying to be a dick. Just honest.
I know, David. Thanks.
Here. Have a seat.
He's so much less uptight now, isn't he? Obviously came to a lot of realizations.
Order you around. Bad habits die hard. And yes, I was suspicious when Karen showed up with you two. But after watching you and your little brother for a while, I think I get what you're going through. When our town was destroyed by that hurricane. Oh, my stepdaughter and her friend were among the only survivors. We lost everyone else.
Jeez. I'm sorry.
I used to hate them for running away. They hit the road straight away, never to look back, while I was trying to rebuild.
I want to find out about that. Notice the music from the first game playing in the background as well.
Did you stay in touch? Do you get along now?
Yeah. Took me a while to acknowledge the past was the past and move on. Like they did. Once I realized that, I reached out to them. And we made peace with each other. I stayed here for a while. It felt good to connect with my daughter at last. You guys remind me of them, in a way. And I don't want to fuck things up this time. Sean, I'm gonna do everything I can to help you get out of here. That's my duty now. But I want to be straight up with you, okay?
Yeah. Of course.
I know you guys got screwed. That you think nobody will ever believe you. But the truth is on your side. You and Daniel can't just hide out forever. Is that how you see yourself in 10 years? If you step up and face the law, you can be free. Sooner than later.
I mean, I'm assuming this isn't a big decision because the big decision thing hasn't come up, but I'm kind of intrigued to see what Sean's response is here, because this turn myself in could be like, "Oh my God, you're suggesting that we just give up on this and that sort of thing." And it could be a bit angry, and I don't feel like being that way to David. One New Life seems reasonable as well because that's why they're heading to Mexico. Like they figure that's the way to get away from what's happened here. I kind of want to see what he says with this.
I don't know. I might turn myself in after I see what happens with Daniel.
I know you want to settle down first, but keep your options open. Think about it. And Daniel is growing up fast. Too fast.
That's what I'm worried about.
You made it here. So, I know you're on the right path. Oh. Sorry. I really have to take this. Hey, sweetie. What's up?
Do we get to eavesdrop?
No shit. Told you New Yorkers were assholes.
You're in New York.
Yeah, I know. How about that other gallery she told me about? Cool. Fingers crossed then. Nah, your old man doesn't fear the heat. Yeah, those solar panels are finally up and running.
It's not the most stimulating gameplay, but I am really intrigued. Kind of wish they'd been here now. That would have been really interesting.
I don't know. Maybe if you drive down to Louisiana or Texas, that'd be cool.
I guess they're just like on a permanent road trip now.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Take care then. Wish Max luck for me, okay?
Max is obviously showing photos in New York though.
Bye-bye. Love ya.
Okay, that was cool. Nice sort of hearing a bit more of that side of the story, I guess. I guess we can also, hang on, let's see what our objectives are. Go to the car to leave the town. Okay, fine, fair enough.
We're in Mexico.
Hi, Sean.
Let's
Hey guys.
speak to these guys a bit first.
I came by to say adios. We're taking off today.
No, you're not. Really?
Everything okay?
Yeah, just time to go.
Well, shit. Wish you and Daniel could stay longer.
Too risky for everyone.
Yeah, but it's too risky, especially for all of you.
We all took a risk moving here. Look, we can hide you from the cops.
Not these ones. They want my ass. It's better if we leave now.
Sean, I won't drag this out and get bitter. Besides, you and Daniel will be back to visit, right?
We'll try.
We'll try. I'm glad this place will be our last U.S. memory.
You and your little brother will always have friends here. And a home. Okay, I'm done babbling. I just hate goodbyes. I know you're both gonna have a great life in Mexico. You better.
We're gonna make it work. Shit, I'm gonna miss you guys.
Take care. You hear? Watch out for Daniel. He needs you.
Be safe. And send us a postcard of the beach.
This is the first place we've been where literally everybody's quite likable.
Damn. Can't wrap my head around those two leaving. That's just unfair. Daniel just got his mom back.
Yeah.
It was always clear. It wasn't forever, honey. They have their own way to go.
Looks like we got everything. Time to hit the highway.
Do we see Joanne again?
I don't know.
Come on. First thing that comes to your...
Hey, what's going on?
I'm taking a look at this baby with hindsight. So, what do you think?
I'm not. We're not going to play around with it again. Let's just go for
Looks
looks very
very
cool.
I can totally tell what you're doing.
Good. That makes one of us. But I like it. Of course, you, Daniel, you did inspire me.
I love it.
So, you guys leaving now?
Yeah, just wanted to say goodbye.
That's sweet. You're so sweet. Your brother is so sweet. Having you boys around was the sweetest thing. This is for all your help.
Really? Whoa,
Wolf.
that's great.
Do I get anything?
Your name is on a way bigger sculpture. For everyone to see.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Your brother needed a little something to remind him of the artist inside.
Wicked.
Okay, one big hug. And get out of here before we all start crying like babies.
Thank you, Joanne, for everything.
Just please take care of yourself. And my special apprentice.
No worries. We always do.
Hey, is it okay if I hang out a bit longer?
If it's okay with her.
Are you kidding? I need more help. So long, Sean. Don't be a stranger.
Do I get to? Is there a hangout spot again? There is. Just need to take a quick break. I'll put in the chat BRB as well.
This place is such a trip. It's kind of like a desert mirage. You think you can see it, but the closer you get, it changes. I thought the people here would be like freaks, but they're just sick of the bullshit. I'll definitely miss all this peace and quiet. Hope we can find some.
Sorry about that. I have returned. Okay, so I guess we're heading towards the truck now. There's nobody else in this town to speak to either, is there? Here we go.
You'll be fine in Mexico.
Hey.
Oh.
Need any help?
Just checking out the levels and cleaning up the filters.
Let's go for the realist option. I think truck will make it? Question mark.
So, do you think your truck will make it all the way to the border?
Oh, it will. It's never failed me before. How long have you been driving for?
Not long enough. Dad taught me, but I always had other plans. We didn't go cruising too much.
Esteban was obsessed with his engines. That doesn't mean you had to be too.
Yeah, wanted me to find myself. That seems appropriate.
He only wanted me to find my own way. Whatever that was. Wish I had more time.
Listen, Esteban loved you and Daniel for exactly who you are. He would be proud that you're going back to his homeland today.
Go for that.
Did you guys ever go to Mexico together?
We talked about going, but never did. He said growing up there was hard, but he loved it.
I don't know anything about Mexico. It's scary.
Sean, you're carrying the weight of 2 people on your shoulders now. It's okay to be nervous.
I'm just tired of running. Of causing trouble everywhere we go.
Daniel's power is overwhelming, and we don't know where it comes from. But you do know your brother. You'll be there for each other.
Just want this over.
I just want to get this shit over with. So we can start over. If we can.
Your brother sure isn't a little kid anymore. He had to grow up too fast. He wants to be equals, and you guys are gonna have to work together. He may even help you make it.
Go for that rather than the slightly sarcastic response.
Maybe you're right.
You'll figure it out, like you always do. Okay. Better get back to my tune-up.
All right. I'll make one last round before leaving.
Do we... hang on. Go to the car to leave the town. I think we've spoken to everybody. Either way.
Daniel, do you copy? It's time to wrap it up.
Be right there. Over.
So, did you get to say goodbye to a way?
Yeah. Kinda sad.
I know.
Are we leaving yet?
We have to, and I know.
Come here.
Mom, I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too, Danny. It was amazing to spend this time with you. I'm so damn proud of you both and what you're gonna do with your life. And if you ever need me, I'm just around the corner.
Okay, Mom. Thank you.
Well, Sean, this is it.
Oh, come on. We're gonna hug Karen. It doesn't seem right to not do that. We've left her a nice letter and everything as well, so this is not a difficult decision.
Thanks, Mom. For being there.
Thanks for letting me, son.
Also, good impression on Daniel as well.
Let's hit the road.
One last word from David. And, oh, everybody, basically.
Take care, boys.
Stay safe. This hurts.
Bye, everybody!
Yeah. This is, I assume, where it's going to start getting a bit more difficult again. I do wonder where they're going to cross the border. I mean, the pictures are out everywhere, so I guess this really is just a sneaking through where they can sort of deal.
Hey. Is something wrong? We're almost there, okay? That's the last time I have to say that.
I don't care about that.
So, what's the problem?
What are we gonna do in Puerto Lobos? We don't know anybody. We're like strangers. How long can we live there?
Do we go with the positive thing? That new home seems a bit too kind of flippant. No more running seems a bit too final. We'll go with the semi-optimistic one, I guess.
Forever. We can live like kings, dude. The dollar goes a long way there. We don't need much.
Yeah, right. So who am I gonna play with? What do I do for fun?
Should we go with back to school?
Come on. You can make friends when you go back to school.
Dude, I can't even speak Spanish. How can I make friends or do anything if I can't talk?
Everybody likes you, that's true.
Everybody likes you, man. You'll be the cool American kid in no time.
I can do that. Maybe.
That worked out okay.
We fit in everywhere we go, and we'll get to hang out too.
Well, that sounds okay. I guess.
Daniel, I get scared too, you know, but we'll be fine.
Good.
It's definitely a hard sell, particularly seeing as he seemed, you know, fairly happy in that last place. Because that can't possibly go wrong, can it? story has done a good job of making it feel like a journey, I think. There's enough of these little kind of interjections where you are just watching kind of the road go by, and it's all fairly, not bland, but like fairly kind of empty. See, it doesn't feel like you're missing out and stuff. It just feels like you're moving along and sort of constantly travelling, which could have been really difficult to do. There is the border.
That looks so big.
Wow.
Dude, it's just a giant fence. Except it won't keep us in.
I have to imagine that the police know they're out here. I'm sure there's... Oh, what have we got?
Oh no. Sean, why would they arrest Mom? Why?
So they can give her shit. But she didn't do anything. The cops will have to let her go.
I hope so.
This should last until Puerto Lobos. Unless our car breaks down in the desert.
Oh, so are we still driving?
Hey, Sean, why would they build this?
Well, you know, it's a border, man.
Is there a wall like this up north?
Nah, not really.
So, why did they build one here?
I don't know, Daniel.
That sucks.
Kid has a point. I assume we go towards the border and have some kind of a cutscene.
Of Seattle.
Oh, there we are.
We're
The
at
wall.
the end of America.
And we can press... Do we press E, or is this just a... There we go. Oh, ask to destroy. Jesus. Wow, this isn't taking any time then, is it? Well, let's look at it first.
Shit. I didn't think there'd be more than a barbed wire fence out here.
Do we do it? I mean, we have to do it, really. I guess we can't not. Just get him to sort of bend a section of it over or something. Open a little pathway in between.
So, here we are, Daniel. The end of the road.
Finally. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Take it easy. You can do it.
Okay, so he kind of knew he was going to have to do this anyway. It's not like, hey kid, can you just open a partition in this enormous steel wall?
Dude, it's hard.
It's bending, certainly.
I can't.
It's alright. Take your time. Stay focused.
That's a lot of energy.
I'm with you, Daniel. Almost there.
Holy crap, he's actually doing it. That's probably enough, he can probably squeeze through that gap. I mean, yeah, I would have stopped a little bit earlier than that.
You alright, Super Wolf?
Almost.
It's okay. It's okay.
They'll
Just
definitely have
breathe.
noticed that. There must be border control somewhere.
Breathe.
CCTV and that sort of thing. That's impressive though.
We did it!
We fucked that shit up.
Yes!
I would get on with it now though.
It's all thanks to you.
It's gonna be alright now. You've done the hardest part.
Thanks for taking me down here, Sean.
Nah. We did it together, man. Come on. Let's go back to the car.
Oh man! I cannot wait to go swimming in the ocean.
Why do I feel like
That would be
this?
cool if we could just walk to the beach.
Can we not? Oh, we can walk a bit quicker.
Can't wait to go shopping.
Yeah, this
I'm
feels like a
dying
prelude
for
to something
patrol
bad, doesn't it?
lobos. It'll be
Oh my
Daniel.
Jesus.
Daniel! Daniel, talk to me! Daniel! Talk to me! Huh? No. No way, not now! Daniel! Hey! Who are you? Did you shoot my brother? Hey,
Oh shit, Madison. I told you he was a fucking kid.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
Well,
Daniel!
is he?
He's my brother!
He's okay. Bullet just grazed
Let me
him.
go!
Do not move if you want to keep that arm. Comprende? Keep an eye on the wall. These fuckers blew it up so their friends can cross.
Daniel!
So what's the plan, huh? I bet there's a dozen more coming through, right?
No! We're leaving! Going to Mexico, I swear!
Wait. You're trying to break into Mexico. That's fucking funny.
We're Americans.
We're Americans! Americans, damn it!
No, it's not legal to blow up walls. That's called terrorism. You get it?
Do we look like terrorists? We're just kids.
Not after you blow a wall up. So tell me the plan.
Keep on protesting
That
innocence,
was
I
not
think.
us. We have no idea how it happened.
Hey, don't fuck with us, kid. You're the only ones around.
Looks like no one's coming for now.
Anyway, don't waste your energy. I bet the Border Patrol has a big plan for you, mister.
Madison, come on. We have to deal with this kid.
No,
Still bleeding.
don't touch him. Get off.
Don't move.
What the fuck? Get it off. Stop.
Well, that didn't go well.
Get it off.
Jesus! What the fuck is going on?
Where's Spencer?
He's off duty today. Why?
Listen, we have a deal. He knows.
Yeah, I heard about this crap. Not happening anymore.
Come on, Maddie. Do what the officer says.
Fuck! How old is he?
He's all right, officer. Don't worry.
Shut it! You're both coming with me to the station.
What? Are you kidding? They're illegals.
Fuck's sake! What'd I say?
Why do I feel like this policeman's going to get shot by these two?
Take a breath.
Hmm.
You okay now?
Daniel!
What? I'm sorry, are you Sean? Sean Diaz? You're under arrest.
Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? This game's good at taking you by surprise in these little moments. That kind of Daniel getting shot was quite a shock. So how long's he been in here now then? If it's the 4th of July, when did we leave away?
Don't look at me.
¿Estás bien? Sí. Yo soy Diego. Mi esposa Carla. Y este frijolito de aquí es Ángel.
Oh, Ángela.
Encantado. Soy Sean. ¿Cómo te sientes, hijo? ¿Han visto un niño de 10 años? Es mi hermanito. Nos separaron cerca del muro. Está herido.
Lo llevaron a la enfermería. Si fuera grave, una ambulancia ya habría venido a buscarlo. Si lo dejaron aquí, quiere decir que está bien.
Tranquilo, amigo. Aquí no hacen daño a los niños.
They just lock him up. I've got some kind of... what do we want?
Hope that Campbell's almost done with the paperwork. Then we're out and we're not coming back.
Ugh, this place is fucking gross.
You kind of brought that up on yourselves.
No way I can break through that door without Daniel's help. Jeez. Wonder how many people have been locked up in here. I wonder how long they've been here. And why. Thanks. I'll remember that.
That seems not particularly relevant.
Is Daryl watching the kids?
No. He worked a double shift today. His sister's got him.
Good. She's a good kid.
So tired of all this shit.
She's more patient than your husband.
When will we get a break? ¿Saben cuánto tiempo nos van a dejar aquí?
No.
Esta es la primera vez que intentan cruzar. Me acuerdo de nuestra primera vez. Casi morimos de sed en el desierto.
Trying to reach Mexico. Let's go with the full story.
En realidad, queremos llegar a México. ¿A México? No mames. ¿Pero por qué? Entonces son gringos. Sí, nacimos aquí, pero ahora tenemos que irnos.
Todos estamos escapando de algo.
Es la tercera vez que intentamos cruzar la frontera.
Let's go.
¿Por qué necesitan cruzar tan desesperadamente? Por las mismas razones que todos. No pudimos soportar la inseguridad ni la miseria.
En México, la violencia tiene muchas formas. No se puede vivir así.
Cuando mi hermano fue secuestrado y asesinado por una pandilla, nos fuimos. Si hubiésemos podido quedarnos, nos habríamos quedado en nuestro pueblo, pero queremos darle una vida mejor a nuestro hijo o hija.
Yeah.
Es lo que hizo mi papá. Se fue de México cuando murieron sus padres para ganarse la vida. Pero yo sé que extrañaba su pueblo natal.
Por supuesto. Pero seguro que tuvo sus razones para irse. Como nosotros.
No quiero desanimarte, amigo. Pero lo de México no va a ser fácil para ustedes. Es un país magnífico. Y me cuesta muchísimo dejarlo, pero allá va a ser muy complicado cumplir tus sueños.
Ya no tengo sueños aquí.
Sean, has vivido en este país toda tu vida con un padre mexicano. Y ahora los tiempos han cambiado. ¿Cómo crees que va a ser todo en el futuro?
After everything we've been through, I would say pessimistic. Like, he's been constantly racially abused since we started traveling.
No sé, creo que soy un poco pesimista. En el camino no solo me encontré con gente amable.
Me imagino.
Cuando eres extranjero, tienes que trabajar aún más duro para arreglártelas. Así funciona.
Oh, shit. Enough now. It's America. We speak English.
We're just talking.
No, the problem is you people breaking into my country.
We come here to work, not steal or live at your home.
Diego.
No, I am so fucking tired. You only come here to cause trouble. And we have to pay for your welfare. You all want a free ride, and that makes me sick.
And you're just white trash living out in the desert.
Immigrants built this country. Where did the founding fathers come from, huh?
No, that was different. They made the laws. They wouldn't stand by and let this happen.
We only want work and peace.
Yes. An honest job and the ability to raise our child in a safe country. That's all we're looking for.
That's what you people always say. But the facts speak for themselves.
My dad was an immigrant, and he worked his ass off, raised a family, and made a business.
Yeah, and his son ended up in jail. What a role model. Thanks for proving my point.
Damn right, baby girl.
You hunt us like animals.
I don't think I have a choice. I want the safest country for my children.
See? You love your family like us. We don't go walking hundreds of miles in the desert and risking everything for no reason. We do it for our child. A mother must understand.
No, you and your unborn parasite have nothing in common with me and my family.
What?
Maddie.
What you say?
Oh, see? There you go.
Take it easy.
This is our country.
Let's...
Siéntate, Diego. Solo vas a empeorar las cosas para ustedes.
Tienes razón, amor. No valen la pena.
Whether you people like it or not, we're not gonna give you a break.
You're in jail too, loser.
Why are we stuck down here with them? You know us. We're helping you, goddammit.
Hey, you have the right to remain silent, so fucking use it, okay?
All right.
Diaz, you're up.
How's my brother?
Don't worry about him. Now turn around. Hands behind your back.
I was half expecting a quick time event there where we shove him out the way and run through the office.
Let's move it.
I wonder why calming that bloke was to our benefit rather than the alternative.
All right. Sit down.
Where's my brother?
He's doing fine for a kid who got grazed by a bullet. Lost some blood. But he's tough. They're taking care of him at the infirmary. You...
Is it the second time he's been shot as well?
Okay.
Good. Be right back.
I was trying to think, was Daniel shot in a previous previous episode?
What did they do with Daniel? I hope he's alright. Great. Now I can put on a fucking show. Shit. Is it morning already?
6:15.
Haven't seen Daniel since yesterday. How am I gonna get myself out of this mess? No point in getting these off. There are cops everywhere.
Well, I mean, it says we've got the option to break them, but I suspect that would look bad on the security camera, so do we just wait?
Hope Daniel doesn't freak out in here.
White trash still screaming. I'm a sovereign citizen. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Looks like you need it.
Thanks.
All right. Let's
Do we get to drink it? We do.
Okay. Damn. Seriously?
Yeah. Coffee's gonna make me feel so much better.
Speak up then, officer. Fine.
At least it'll keep me up.
Jeez. That's quite a crime spree. It's hard to believe what kids can do nowadays. Killing that officer in Seattle.
That wasn't us.
Assaulting a gas station clerk.
That kind of was.
Caught in another weird explosion.
That sort of
at a
was.
pot farm in California. Then you join a religious commune in Nevada.
Definitely didn't join it.
Oh, which ends up burnt to the ground. And we're not even halfway down the list. One of those things you could get away with. But not all that.
Should we try the I can explain route?
It sounds crazy, but I can explain.
Explain it to Agent Flores.
Oh god, her again.
She's on her way now. She spoke to your mother, who took responsibility for the church fire.
Let's kind of play ignorant here.
She says a lot. Who cares? You don't have any proof. Don't drag her into this, okay? She's a good person.
Hey, it's not up to me, kid. Listen, I feel sorry for you. I really do. But denying what you did will only make things worse.
Is one of these a confession and one not?
I did what I had to do. I needed to protect my brother.
I know, son. But running away from trouble is never a good solution. You know, I read the report. You claim that Officer Matthews' death was an accident, so why didn't you wait for the police?
I think that's fair. There's sort of up sticks and left.
I panicked, okay? Then it was too late. We were already criminals.
Well, it's no reason to make things worse by running away, kid. Good news is, your brother's too young to be prosecuted. He'll end up with your grandparents, if they want him. But you're facing a shitload of years between bars. At least he'll get a life.
Seems ominous.
What I don't get is how two kids can destroy so much stuff. I mean, anywhere you went, something blew up. Seriously. How?
Oh god, I feel like you probably wouldn't be sarcastic in that
Those
situation.
were just random accidents. Yeah, it's crazy, but it just happens around us. Can't explain it.
Uh-huh. Listen. Once is an accident. Twice is luck. 3 times is enemy action. Whoa! What is that?
Sir? I don't think you should...
Keep your ass in that seat.
I guess
Sean!
Daniel's coming to break us out.
How do you feel?
I'm okay. Just a little headache. Hold on.
Yeah, we making a run for it.
Go.
Hold up.
Is he okay? I wanted to rescue you, but I had to use my power. I didn't want to hurt him.
He's okay. Don't worry.
Come on, we gotta go.
Get us out of here!
Sucks to be you guys.
Sean, who are these people?
Well, Carla and Diego. They came all the way from Mexico. And got thrown in jail for it. As for the others, they're the ones who tried to shoot you.
What? They got locked up? Good.
Oh, go to hell. Wait, aren't you supposed to be in a hospital?
You look like crazy people. I'm glad you're locked in.
Whatever.
Oh
Get
god.
lost, kid.
What do we do here? We're going to free these guys.
Hold on. We're gonna get you out.
I don't forget that we can't teach him to take revenge on those people.
Wow. That's it. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Espérenme aquí until I check this out. Of course.
Holy mother. How'd you do that? How?
Well,
We're not going to do anything with those
what
guys.
the fuck are you?
We can just leave them stuck.
He's out for the count. Good thinking, Daniel.
I'm not sure it was planned, to be honest.
Okay, hands
Oh,
up.
shit.
Hands
Don't
up.
shoot.
Hands up.
Do not move. Wait.
Sean?
Stay back, Daniel. Let me think.
Sean, what do I do?
Quick. Gotta find something to stop them.
Got multiple officers down!
The luck, dude.
Don't stand them down!
What the? They're dangerous. Be careful. We will shoot if we need to.
The chair.
Understand? What's going on?
What's that? Escape the police station. Thanks for breaking the immersion game.
I'm scared.
Okay, what the fuck? Do not move. Don't do anything stupid, kid.
Fire
This is
extinguisher.
our last warning. Fuck.
Put your guns down. Please.
Sean!
Ow!
Sean! Hey, you alright?
I'm used to it.
I didn't see what happened there. Did he get hit or did
I
something?
don't want to hurt anybody anymore.
You saved us. You had no choice. Now, let's bail.
Sean, I think our things are in there.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, hey!
Step
What did you do?
back.
You fucking murderer!
Nice. Don't move. I'll be right back.
Okay, but be quick.
So how many more police
Come on, Sean.
are we going to have to?
Gotta go.
We would be so dead if we didn't have Daniel's power.
Come on, Daniel.
I hate that he has to use this. Take it out, Daniel.
Que Dios los bendiga.
Okay, go, go. Let's roll, Daniel.
Surprised their car is back here.
Hurry, Sean! Drive!
I wonder what other things could have gone on there then.
Nobody is chasing us.
Not yet.
We're coming up to the main border soon then. That's
Emergency! There's an all-points bulletin for every unit in the area. Multiple prisoners, 2 adults and 2 teenagers, have escaped from the El Rey police station. They are considered armed and dangerous. Repeat.
hope the 2 adults are going to be okay.
Mexico?
Yeah. We got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that's kind of added to their rap sheet, hasn't it? Escaping from that jail.
Sean, it's the 4th of July. Our first one without Dad.
You're right.
Remember how
Been on the run for what's that?
he was so into violence?
7, 8, 9,
Every
10 months?
He always made us go too early, so we could get a good spot.
I know. He was so corny. He said he was proud to live in this country.
And we're presumably going to get caught again, surely.
Shit.
Oh god. Is the end of this episode going to be a standoff? It is. It's going to be a standoff.
Sean, what are we gonna do?
Sean! Sean Diaz! It's over! Don't make this worse! Get out of the car! Slow! Wave your hand above your head! Do exactly what I say!
I mean, the option here is going to be that we can get Daniel to do something really bad, isn't it?
Seattle. The day Dad was shot. I think about it every day. And I would give anything to change what happened. But I can't. I'm sorry for my mistakes. I tried my best. I swear.
Sean,
I'm so proud of you, and I know, just like Dad would be. We both learned a lot together, but you can make your own rules now. If we surrender, they will separate us, Daniel. And if that happens, promise me that you will always do the right thing, okay? Don't waste your power. Be smart like you already are.
I don't want to be separated.
Hear me out! Please! Don't make any more mistakes!
Whatever happens, always remember that you're Daniel Diaz.
I hate promises.
Sean, you
I'll try.
This is not a trap. You can trust me. Please, get out of the car. Come on. There's no way out. This is your last
So,
warning. Listen up.
how does the story of the Wolf brothers end?
Step out of the car.
Oh God. We can use Daniel's powers to cross the border, or we can surrender. Well, you spend the whole game up to this point trying to get the game pushing us already. Spend the whole game trying to do the right thing and trying to get Daniel to do the right thing and kind of teach him the correct lessons. And while you can use his power to cross, I don't think that's giving him the right lesson. Part of me thinks that the game will try and screw me over if I surrender. So, I don't know, come out of the car and I get shot or something. But I'm speaking as if it's me as well. It is a third-person game. Feel like Sean has this chance of, surrender and he gets shot anyway, and it's kind of like it's bringing things back to what happened to their dad, and maybe Daniel will go absolutely crazy and just slaughter everybody here. But I think the crossing the border thing is going to end worse. I do think the game. I don't know. I think if you're a bit anarchic, you would choose the cross the border option. But I think the game kind of encourages you to surrender. Like, for once, not choose Daniel's powers to try and get your way out of something. I'm assuming this is the final decision in the game. The thing I find interesting is that I'm deliberating this far more than I have the choices in previous games. Life is Strange 1, to me, the ending was really easy. Like, saving Chloe was a easy decision to make. I didn't particularly like the people of Arcadia Bay, and although I didn't think that as many of them would die as actually died, even though the game implies it, but obviously, speaking with David in this episode, you kind of find out that very few people made it out. I'd spent the whole game trying to do right by Chloe, and then just letting her die at the last scene seemed like the wrong thing to do. Before the Storm, the final decision was not that interesting, to be honest. Great game, but the final decision didn't really make much of a difference. It more influenced just what you saw in the aftermath rather than... I suppose there were consequences, like either Rachel falls out with her dad or she doesn't. But this... Oh god. I'm going to play this again at some point, and I will probably choose the opposite option then. But I feel like the right thing to do is to surrender. So that's the one I'm going to go for.
Why?
And it has benefited them both, which is a good sign.
I think their story ends right here.
Here? But I could... I get it. It's not who we are.
Exactly. We're not criminals. We're just kids. And we still have time to choose what life we want to live. You're my brother. And I love you.
I love you too, Sean.
It's gonna be alright. Promise.
You promise? For real this time?
I do. We're doing the right thing. Just try and remember what I taught you. I mean, only the good shit.
I will. I swear.
said on your knees now!
I'm sorry about all this. We're gonna look after your brother. That's my word. Okay, he's ready.
Sean! No! Sean!
Oye, he's gonna be fine.
Daniel! You're not a little wolf anymore. Never forget who you are. Never.
I feel like that was the right decision. Intrigued to see the other options, but I feel like that was the right decision. He's met with Chris again. I suppose if he's living with their grandparents, then. April 2019. Oh, Sean's writing comics from prison. Oh, cool. Graduated. Living. Oh, it's visiting the commune thing again. Of April 2033. His own house. Hi, Spotinsky. Yeah, it's have you played this already? $15 on, so he's 25. Wow. He's looking very like their father. Oh, he's out. Or on bail, or... All the endings are depressing. That's a very Life is Strange thing, isn't it? All the endings being depressing. I feel like I chose an appropriate one. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this game. Maybe not as much as the first game, because I couldn't relate to the characters and story quite as much as like a kind of a teen high school drama. But this is it's been really well done. beautiful soundtrack as ever. It's back in Oregon or Washington. Oh, he's got a glass eye now. Going back to their oh, it's going to fade out. I was going to say going back to the little cave they stayed in on the... Right, they are indeed. Kind of shows Daniel acting as the big brother, I guess, there. Sean lost a big chunk of his life. And that's their dad's car, isn't it? The one he was working on? Ooh. Heading back to Seattle, I guess. In that direction. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, that not what I call a happy ending, but I wasn't expecting one. But really enjoyed that. Yeah, not quite as much of a fan as I was the first couple of games. I think just because it's harder to relate to the kind of to the running away story and the kind of the issues raised in this, like the kind of the racism and things like that. The first couple of games, I think, you know, everybody's been a teenager, and a lot of the subjects covered in that, like the the fear and the love and the depression and stuff like that are probably quite familiar to most people, whereas a lot of themes in this probably aren't, unless you are, from an ethnic minority or something and have experienced some of these things. But I mean, it felt like the game dealt with all that sort of stuff very well. And yeah, it's a great looking game, and there's some great set pieces and interesting characters, and it would have been interesting in those final scenes. Maybe this is something that happens if you choose one, if you do one of the other endings, but interesting maybe hearing from Lila or from Cassidy or some of the other people you met along the way. Maybe from oh god, who's the guy they met in the first episode? Brody. Yeah, kind of a way of wrapping it up that maybe brought back one of those characters. But yeah, I do praise that Don't Nod went the extra mile and actually made your choices matter. Definitely, yeah. I mean, there are times I think in this game where you feel like you're being railroaded into stuff a bit. I made a lot of choices earlier in the game that I was absolutely certain would be the right choice as far as Daniel was concerned. Like, is it episode 2 that has Chris in it, isn't it? And you make a couple of decisions in that influence how Daniel uses his power, and in what he tells Chris. And I got the eventuality in that episode where Chris got hit by the car, and at that point you kind of like, has my inaction or has my action just led to Chris being killed? And obviously you find out he's fine, but that was one of those ones where it's like, I could have sworn I did exactly the right things in that episode, and I still got like the bad ending to that episode where Daniel's upset that his best friend's been hit by a car. So yeah, and there's a few of those kind of decisions I think in this game where you can be fantastic voice acting by these guys, by the way. Yeah, there's a few things where it's almost frustrating that you think you're doing the right thing, and then you get kind of completely ruined by your decision. But then the fact that I had those options at the end, and Daniel understood that we weren't about injuring people and being criminals, that felt like everything I'd done up to that point mattered, which was nice. It felt like he understood everything that I'd tried to teach him up to that point. So is it sadder though than the first couple of games? I find the endings actually to the first couple of games, like to Life is Strange and Before the Storm, the endings themselves I didn't find that sad. I mean, I guess I never did the saving Arcadia Bay one and killing off Chloe, so I suspect that I've seen the other ending and it was probably a bit sadder, but this one this one's really quite melancholy in a way that the others weren't. But the others had set pieces within them that were, I think, more harrowing and more emotional. Specifically, like Chloe discovering Rachel's body and things like that. Those were designed to kick you straight in the chest, those ones. But yeah, we've probably seen enough of this. Oh, we can speed up. Let's zip to the end. I don't know how far this goes, just in case there's something I'm missing. I suspect we're probably fine, but Square Enix Montreal. Sales. Kind of need to see how much more of the credits there are. Not that all these people don't matter, but But yeah, going back to the choices mattering thing, there probably were choices in the first two games that didn't, whereas I think everything in this game felt like it had a real effect, which is probably why some of the outcomes are frustrating. Well, if I do miss anything at the end of this list, we can accept that. Okay, cool. So, big decisions. Decided to surrender this to the police and Daniel accepted. Most people went with surrender. That doesn't surprise me. It also doesn't surprise me that there is an outcome where Daniel refuses. I think if you've coerced him into using his power too many times, that's probably going to be an outcome of that, isn't it? But there is also the other good option, Daniel-wise, decided to force the roadblock and Daniel refused, like he knew it was a bad thing. So I think those two middle options feel like the good ones, or those outcomes. And yeah, that's interesting as well. Overall, you taught Daniel to do his best to follow the rules of society. 2/3 of people so far, and the alternative is putting himself and Sean first. Yeah, I feel like we probably did right by Daniel. Let's go to the next page. Oh, we've unlocked a couple of achievements. Did the treasure hunt and found the hidden souvenir. That's good. Overall, got close to Karen. Again, I feel like most people would attempt to get close to Karen. Wrote a caring note to Karen. Conciliating, lukewarm note to Karen, and didn't leave a note. Said farewell to Arthur and Stanley. Said farewell to Joanne, who I still keep wanting to pronounce Joan. Hugged Karen before leaving. Again, like, who by that point in the story is not going to hug Karen? Intervened to calm Diego in the cells. Again, that kind of makes sense. Freed the Mexican couple. Okay, so it'd be interesting seeing a three-way split with that, because not freeing them and taking revenge was all part of the same decision. But either way, didn't ask Daniel to free them, just ignore them completely, basically. Oh wow, you can actually ask him to kill them rather than trying to use all the bits of scenery around you to disable them. Again, I wonder if that decision would have actually influenced how he reacts at the end, or whether you're kind of too far gone by that stage. Told off about the scorpion and stopped messing with it. Wasn't told off about it. Managed to set up Joanne's sculpture with your help. Yeah, most people did that. Concerned about hurting Officer Campbell. Again, that kind of suggests that, well, actually, isn't that split exact? Because that decision presumably goes exactly with the end decision, like the being better to society thing. Daniel wasn't asked to free the vigilantes. Okay, so that's the three-way split. Didn't have to lash out the vigilantes. Be interesting to know what happens in that respect, like whether he actually kills them or what. But forced to intervene because the officers got too close. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. So did one of them hit us and he then locked up the officers in a closet? Crikey. Knocked out the officers and killed, bloody hell. So 1 in 10 people killed the officers and wasn't asked. Okay, continue. What else we got? Epilogue of some sort? Nope. Yeah, that was good. Tricky at points. More games around Life is Strange. I've already bought them all. I own them all. Yeah, we're back at the start. Blimey, right, okay. Yeah, enjoyed that. We'll probably return to it at some point, and that's the other thing. I don't feel compelled to immediately play through this one again like I did the first couple of games. But yeah, we'll probably return to it at some stage and maybe make a few different choices. And the thing is, I now know that really the best thing to do is bring Daniel up well rather than teach him to use his powers all the time and kind of screw people over. So, but either way, yeah. If you have been, thank you for watching. Thank you to Spotinsky for chatting a bit, and I'll be back at a later date with something that isn't Life is Strange 2. So until then, I will catch you later. Goodbye.